film brought me back to my grandmother's kitchen. Living in New York, there was scents and foods that, that bring me back.
And that generation was great.
To that generation. Yes, absolutely.
They cooked for love.
Yes.
Yes. And they fed you for love.
They did. Everything came through the food that they were making.
And they stayed married.
They did. Sometimes
I was just thinking about that the other day, you know what I mean? Until the husband was dying, my Aunt Jean, my mother's sister, and she stayed married 30, 40 years to him. And as they were taking him out in his stretcher, she leaned down and said, "Good riddance, Nick." She waited till the very last moment.
Yeah, and my grandmother, same deal.
I don't know.
As soon as he was leaving, she was like, "I never loved him anyway."
See?
Like, wow, that's dark. Yeah.
Talking about a restaurant to buy. Huh?
Restaurant to buy?
Yeah.
Well, in Staten Island? What?
Yeah. What the hell are you talking about? How the hell would you buy a restaurant?
With the money that my mom left me.
What are you, crazy?
I don't know. Maybe I am. But look, I really do. I want to open an Italian restaurant, and I want to name it Enoteca Maria. I want to name it after my mom.
Good to meet you.
You too, Mark.
In this phenomenal restaurant
little
setting.
corner
Yeah,
it's great. Thanks for driving down.
Oh yeah. The traffic was terrible on 46.
But the food's worth it. Okay.
Yeah. What is Nonnas? Break it down for us.
It's based on a real place that's in Staten Island. It started off by being Italian grandmothers that were really cooking the recipes from their families that they grew up with and that they served to their families. And so they were the chefs in preparing these family traditions unique to their own family that was really shared and created this unbelievable feeling of family in the restaurant because you knew it was grandmothers, cooking like they did for their families. And then he expanded it to include grandmothers from all different backgrounds and all different types of food and dishes. So it's a very unique place and a place that is hard to go to and not feel like some love and some warmth. I want them to make the dishes that they were passed on from their family. I want to share it with everybody.
This is my main dish, capusella.
Dear God, save us.
Oh, that's what smells. I thought maybe it was me. Oh, no.
I was really, just taken by how committed he was to the experience he was creating for people. He was already on to, other ideas, but it was less for him about how he was making profits. He was focused on really creating experiences. But I think there's something in cooking with that you take so much time to create a meal, and you're putting so much effort and love into that. And part of the fun is to see others enjoy it. The filmmaking process, I think, can be like that. You spend so much time in creating something, and the joy of it is really to share it with other people and, share those feelings or the different moments that you're investigating.
I actually was in a general meeting at Madison Wells and they had mentioned they had the life rights to this story. I had read an article about this story years before that meeting. And I was like, oh my God, you have to let me come in and pitch on this. This is my family, and then I was just lucky enough to get to do it. So
Liz and I are married. Yeah. And so it was very easy for me to know. I knew how she was going to connect to it. I knew the family members that she was going to pay tribute to with the script. And I knew how special it was going to be. So I said, look, if this job is ever open, you tell everybody at Madison Wells, etc. I want in. I love it. And so that was it. To me, it was making this movie was a love letter to my wife. And I know for her, the script was a love letter to her family and to her dear late mother. So it was a real family affair and almost like in a lot of ways kind of a home movie for us.
Yes.
Anytime you want in our Italian restaurant.
So Vince and I went to the real Enoteca Maria to meet to meet Joe and Bruno. And so we had dinner and the Nonnas served us. And there's like a Puerto Rican Nonna now, and there's a Japanese Nonna. And so, yeah, we had this gigantic meal that just wouldn't end. It was just endless. I mean, one plate would have been somebody's full dinner, and there were like 12, it just kept going.
Are there any food or food smells that brings you back to your childhood or to your family?
Garlic.
Garlic.
Olive oil.
Olive oil.
Making tomato sauce. Oh, I'm sorry.
These women who didn't have a shot for whatever reason to have outside jobs or hobbies or find their artistic pursuits found it in the delicacies of what they cooked. So it wasn't just a duty. I think it was also a way of their expression, and that's why they kept their recipes very secret and everything else, because it was their specific patented dish.
And that's why they covered all the furniture in plastic. La famille que hai scelto.
The family you choose.
That's us. Oh, we got a problem because we have a lot of food in that kitchen.
It would be a sin to throw it away, Joe.
Well, it's not. Why don't we just invite all of our family and our friends, anyone we know, and let's have one hell of a Sunday night dinner.
Yes.
When someone passes away, it's like, you know, like, it's like, what do they leave behind?
Yes.
You know, or what are you leaving behind, or teaching the younger generations?
I think I'm of the age now where we lose people more often. Even friends that move on young. And you always come to the conclusion when it hurts a lot, it's because you loved them a lot. And so I think the food is one way that they kind of stay with us. You know, it's connective. It's they're always with you. Especially parents, I think, or friends that you really have a great, connection with, because the kindness they gave you, the encouragement they gave you, the lessons they gave you, the time shared. I think that love stays with you and helps hopefully shape us. And so we're never really rid of hopefully all the gifts that they bestowed upon us. But the food is definitely a great reminder, or just a way to connect to that. It's what's so interesting when you hear about people saying how the family dinners, like how important it is, because everyone's so busy and doing stuff. Everything feels urgent. I can be guilty of it. But when you get a chance to create that space to enjoy and to breathe, it's just time, sometimes not even solving problems, but it's just the time to appreciate people you care about, which is nice.
Our Nonnas would be proud.
Our Nonnas.
To the Nonnas.
A bottle of red, a bottle of white,